Okay, we are here at the first ever StangMode meet and subscriber meet, and I wanted to have some fun here. We're gonna do autos are better than stick, change my mind. This is what we're doing. First of all, just want to say this is a very cordial, very respectful conversation we're doing today. We're doing the debate that you hear in like every video. If you have an automatic car, especially a sports car, you should have got a stick shift, you should have got this, you shouldn't have got the auto, it's yucky. We're not going to edit this out. We're not going to talk over each other. We're going to give each other the mics and have an honest conversation, because my man here, Mod the Fame, has a beautiful Hellcat, 707 horsepower, with a stick shift car. And I have the Black Mamba 2018 Mustang GT behind me. I'm gonna have an honest, simple debate. So first what I'm gonna say is, you've seen the fun videos of Change My Mind, right? So I need Steph here today to change my mind and tell me why stick shifts are actually better than automatic. So please go ahead and change my mind, sir.
So just making sure I'm clear. So we are all on the same page. That's Mrs. StangMode, right?
Correct.
She's a woman, right?
Correct.
That makes you a what?
Are we doing gender? Are we doing gender stuff right now? Or are we doing automatic?
That makes you a what?
A male.
Okay, cool. That's it.
Okay.
We're done.
All right. All right. Oh, okay. All right. So he got sexist, but what we're going to say right now is the reason why I think automatics are better than stick shift is three reasons. One, they're faster. You cannot beat an automatic any way, any shape or form in a race, especially if you have a modern automatic. The automatic I have is a 10-speed automatic transmission with only 460 horsepower, which gives up almost 300 horsepower to his and keeps up with and beats it from a dig. Now that's unheard of, because these new modern automatic transmissions are so well equipped and so fast. If you look at every supercar out there right now, there are no supercars, Lamborghinis, Ferraris, all those kind of McLarens. They're not stick shift cars. You cannot outshift an automatic. A lot of comments we get in the videos are, I was gonna subscribe, but I saw you were an automatic. The problem with that is, when you have a stick shift car, yes, it's great to downshift and to go on and off ramps or do a roll race, but after that, the car needs to take over. And then people say, well, you're not one with the machine. I beg to differ, because when you're an automatic car, you can focus more on steering and braking and turn-ins. So when you go to the track and the drag strip, you can focus on those things like reaction time, like your burnout, like the water box, all those kind of things. So there's a much more art to it. Do I like to bang gears? Yes. Have I banged gears for a while? Of course. I had two previous Mustangs that were 6 speeds. I drove, we're not even talking about traffic jams. I drove it in traffic jams. How much time does he get? And all that kind of stuff. So, you know, let me stop. I have somebody here, but you tell me why you think manuals are better. Go ahead.
Okay. I was joking before, but in all seriousness, it comes down to what you're going to use the car for, right? So more than likely, all of the masses of people are not at a drag strip.
Okay.
They're driving their car to and from work or to go out on the evening. They cannot exceed a certain speed anyway, right? So you're driving on the highway, you're just cruising. In an automatic transmission car, you literally can fall asleep. It can do everything for you. So in the case of like me, I'm not a drag strip person. I do it because it's fun to do with you guys, but to be honest with you, if my car was an automatic, I would not love it the way I do, because it wouldn't pop and bang the way it does when I downshift. It wouldn't allow me to, you know, throw it back when I feel like it and have complete, you use the word, complete control. It's true. Well, but also remember, out of the 4 cars I have, 3 of them are automatics, right? My truck is an automatic. The Porsche is a PDK. Amazing transmission. The PDK is the best of best transmission, right? All these other cars are now catching up with ZF, but Porsche, they laid it all out. They laid out the recipe from day one of what automatic transmission should be. And I have that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it does not touch the rewarding, heroic feeling I have when I catch every gear the right way, when I shift exactly at the right point, the way that I can come through a meet and be a hoonigan and just which with automatic transmissions, they limit you. You can only rev to 4,000 RPMs unless you have a tune. But who's doing all of that, right? But me, I have complete and utter control. And in addition to that, like you said, once you're on a highway, the advantages of automatic begin to go away. You know, they're still there, but if it's a 50% advantage from a dig on the track, once you're on a highway, it diminishes to about a 10. And then it becomes just a driver's race at that point. So for me, I'm sorry, man. You're not going to be able to convince me that for driver involvement, the rewarding feeling, manual.
Thank you so much, and I appreciate your very nice response and rebuttal, but I humbly disagree. Basically because what happens every time you race somebody and they have a stick shift? I missed a gear, bro. You know, it was the car. I over-revved it. My clutch slipped. You hear that all the time. With the automatic, there's no excuses. It's your car against their car, and you go. Yes, it is rewarding to drive stick shift, but like I said, for everyday drivability, when you want someone to, hey, can you go pick up my car because I'm at work? Can you help me out? Oh, it's stick shift. I can't help you out. Resale value, it's stick shift. It's going to go down. Yes, it is rewarding to bang gears perfectly, but the ratio of bang gears perfectly is so. I bang gears perfectly in my automatic, and there's also something called paddle shifters, which you can do as well. The paddle shifters are something which, in my personal Mustang, have ways to go, but like in your Porsche, and even in the exotic cars, those paddle shifters are on such a different level of, they're just instantaneous, where you don't need your clutch. And also, another thing that's interesting is, and why I'm a proponent for automatics, is because they, in my opinion, are safer. You had mentioned that because I'm driving stick shift, that I'm more engaged. But if you're an automatic car, you have yourself focused and your eyes focused more on the road. We talked about braking, steering, things of that nature. And also, what's great about automatics is, and I'll say it is because if Mrs. StangMode needs to borrow the car, she can. My stick shift before, there were so many instances where we needed to get things done for the channel. I needed to go here, you record that. She couldn't move the car. And not saying that women can't drive stick, because there are men who can, there are women who can't, but the majority of human beings that are now around cannot drive a manual car. So what's happening is people are going for automatics. Actually, believe it or not, his Hellcat in a manual is a rare beast. Extremely. People buy the Hellcats. I don't think they make a Demon in a stick shift. They do?
They do not.
They do not. All these companies, the Corvettes even, I'll give you another example. My car is 300 horsepower less than a gentleman named Street Speed's Corvette $150,000 ZR1. And they got the sauce of the drag strip for one reason, the automatic. If I had a stick shift, he would have left me a long time ago. This gentleman here was even confident that he would reel me into the drag strip because he was so confident in his stick shift reeling me in. But the way that the automatic kept shifting and being at the right place, it is ultimate weapon. What do we like? We like automatic weapons, right? No one likes to put the thing in the chamber and all that kind of stuff and put the gunpowder in. No, this is the beast. These 10-speed automatics that Mustangs have, they are the high end of what I'd say high-grade technology. And when I have my automatic, I feel like I have the ultimate weapon.
Very well spoken.
Thank you, sir.
I would definitely say that. But there is one component that you keep missing when you talk about myself at the drag strip and when you talk about Street Speed at the drag strip. And the difference is tires. It is not the transmission. You are not beating us because you have an automatic transmission. That's helping you, but that's helping you to stay in front, right? Once you're out there. But what it really is that 60 foot. You are killing us to the 60 foot because both of us are on street tires. If we had drag tires and we could leave the way you did, you would see, just like we start to reel you in, we would just leave. We would leave together and leave you. So that argument is null and void. Okay. In that sense. But if you were to run a manual Mustang with drag tires, you are absolutely right. The same car for car, you are gonna beat that manual every time because you're gonna get it perfect every time, and every time he's gonna run a different time. But it goes back to what we talked about. In a year, me personally, a YouTuber who talks about racing, goes to a drag strip 4, 5, 6 times would be a lot for me, right? There are 365 days in a year. So I am not gonna have that advantage. I'm not gonna need that advantage of a drag strip. I don't need that. What I do need though is, and it depends on how you use the car. You made a very valid point that no one could drive your car. It's a headache, you're right. But if this car is a weekend car for you, it's a headache anyway. It's a headache to go drive it to the movies and park it in the lot, right? So I wanna add to my headache experience because it adds to my rewarding experience when I'm driving. I'm not using this car to go grocery shop. I'm not using this car for that. I'm using this car because when I get in it, I wanna feel like I work hard for my shit and I deserve this. So I want the most involvement that I possibly can have. And the only way you're gonna get that to the fullest is with the manual transmission. Is it slower? Yes, it's slower. Is it less consistent? Yes, but I'm driving this car for me. It's for me. It's for nobody else. So if I win a race, great. If I lose a race, great. It was all in fun. I'll put it on YouTube. In your daily lives, and everybody that's here, in your daily lives, do what's best for you. You know what I mean? If you haven't driven a manual transmission car in your car though, do not talk about it. If you haven't driven an automatic transmission car of a similar car, do not talk about it. You do not have an opinion. Because your opinion is only based on what's formed by what you have. This man, he can talk about it. He had a manual transmission cars of the same car. Granted, it was an EcoBoost, right? But same car. So you can talk about it. But you also, as a person, has transitioned into another space, right? You're going to the track now. You want to get more involved in that. So if I would want to become a track rat, yes, by far. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to throw a tune in my Porsche, and that car is going to run low 11s and high 10s all day, consistently, every day. That's what I'll do.
Okay. I just want to say, can we get a round of applause for Mod Fame? Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate his points, and I thought they were well made. But as he said, am I going to go slower with a stick? Yes, he's correct. Am I going to be inconsistent with a stick? Yes, he's correct. Yes. So I want to open the floor up. Thank you so much. Anybody else wants to try and have a seat with me and convince me? Thank you so much. Subscribe to this channel. Absolutely. He's a good friend. Anybody, the seat's open. We get 5. We went a little about 10 minutes there. We want to keep 5 minutes. But if anybody wants to get with me and debate why stick shifts are better, please have a seat and we'll have some fun. Thank you. Thank you for holding the phone up the whole time.
Okay, you're out. Vlog, you should go up, man.
He's just like you.
He has a manual car too.
Yeah, well, come on now. I know Brian, you went from an automatic to a stick.
Yeah, it's gonna be short though.
You went from automatic to stick, so
yes.
You want to take a seat and just you can just have your opinion and see what happens.
Yep. Okay, cool. It's gonna be fast.
No, it's fine. We'll keep it where again. What I want to do is let me just get this over here. I could use you. We're gonna keep it to 5 minutes. Thank you so much. Thank you to my lovely assistant, Mrs. StangMode. I appreciate it for your help and your dedication to my craziness. Okay, so first I want to introduce here Mr. Rated R Cars. He has a beautiful Venom Kills Demon shirt. You can get link in the description. Beautiful.
High quality shirts.
It's
I recommend
very high quality. Mine was still in the wash, so I couldn't wear it today. Mrs. Stangmo, get on it. Anyways, I'm just kidding. What we want to do is we want to talk today about you. This gentleman here had an 18 stick shift. Didn't get the automatic, which is okay. Then he went to a beautiful Shelby GT350 with a 6-speed. So it seems to me that you're pretty much a proponent for the manual life. So try to convince me and change my mind as to why manuals are better.
All right. We'll go.
You can do whatever you want.
So I had I've had the best of both worlds. I had a 08 M3, it was E92 M3. It's a coupe, V8, very awesome car. I had the DCT2 transmission. And before that, I had the SMG transmission M3, which is kind of like the DTC, but not as smooth. It's kind of like the Mustang automatic, but every time you shift it, it goes like that. And then I went from that to a 2017 STI manual. Then a 2018 Mustang GT manual, and now the GT 350 manual. So he's got, I can't beat him, and there's no way I can possibly stand up to Mod Fame. What he said, I can't beat that. But the only thing that you guys didn't discuss is that I want to continually challenge myself and improve myself. So you guys have probably seen my launch videos, preferably the one where I'm not blowing up my car or my clutch. It's about refining your skills, right? You've probably seen my GT 350 where I start out and the tires are squealing and I'm getting all kinds of wheel hop and loss of traction. And then another video, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start to, ease back. I'm gonna slip the clutch a little bit more. I'm gonna ease back and modulate the throttle a little bit more. I got a little bit of a better time. And by the end of the video, I was still spinning my tires because it's a 526 horsepower car, but my time was much, much better. So it's about challenging yourself. Doing the heel to toe, it's just really fun to do. And like Mod Fame said, when you get it right, it just really feels good. He's gonna walk me all day long, our car's probably the same horsepower right now, right? But it's just about, challenging yourself and feeling good doing it.
Yeah. Well, I do like that perspective. Thank you so much about challenging yourself. And thank you for rubbing my beard. It means good luck.
Never shave,
thank you.
never
Yes.
shave.
What you heard that, Mrs. StangMode, by the way. I'm not going to shave.
Don't let me. I'm here for the beard.
One of the things that's important too, when you say you need to improve, I feel like I don't have to, no offense, waste my time improving my stick shift driving when I can use that improving my car's performance. I can take that energy and effort into getting a set of headers or a new tune or a new performance modification because I know old reliable, my 10-speed automatic transmission, will be there to take care of its job and its duty, whereas I can focus on the modification parts of getting even faster. Many times what happens is many people continue to modify their car, but they're handicapped by what's in between the seat and steering wheel because they're just not that good. Now, am I the best stick shift driver? No, I was not. Did I have fun driving it? Yes, but I found myself getting deflated because I wanted to be faster, I wanted to be good, and many times, and I'll document this, many race cars on the internet, on the interwebs, on Instagram, they go from a stick shift to an automatic because they realize they just maxed out what they can do with the car performance-wise. I'm thinking about somebody like Panda S550. He's a big street racer. He has a Roush 15 Mustang, stick shift, fastest stick shift, quarter mile, great. And then he got to a point where you reach the plateau. And when you reach that plateau, you say to yourself, okay, what's next? The next level is automatic. So I understand and I appreciate Rated R Cars' perspective and Mod Fame's perspective of the ability to get better, to enjoy your time. And I do appreciate stick shifts for what they are, but for me and for the future and what you can spend your energy and time on, I go with the automatic.
The beard, it is really as soft as it looks. It's like a baby's ass. That's the highlight of my life here.
So we'll end it there. Go ahead.
All right, so I totally get what StangMode is saying, totally agree with. So in the best of both worlds, when I get as many subscribers as he has, he's kind of like our daddy. He's the big daddy here. I kind of would have something like a GT 350 just for kicking around and having a good time. But like the GT 500 coming out, we all know it's going to be an automatic. If that ever gets to like an affordable price, I would totally get that in an automatic. Just blow it away on the drag strip. So totally feel you, brother. Thanks for having me, by the way.
Let's give Rated R Cars a round of applause. Thank you so much for your time.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Mom.
All right, thank you so much. If there anybody else who wants to come up, please feel free. Go ahead.
I would love to.
All right, go ahead. You're good.
Hey, StangMode.
Hey, sir, how you doing? Thanks
Feel
for
our
coming.
happy life?
Pleasure. Hemi Life, we got a Mopar guy.
Yes, sir.
We got a
Yes,
Mopar,
sir.
Mustang, and a Mopar guy. Okay, so I've made my argument for automatics being better, so you changed my mind.
Sure will.
Okay.
Well, I started off with a Mustang. Back in 2016, I had the 2015 EcoBoost. So that was an automatic. It also was very, very, very slow. So I changed the next year, 17. I switched over, I got the Challenger, and I got a stick shift. What I love about stick shift, it makes the stick shift better than the automatic, is because at all times, I know where the power is. At all times, I can make the car go bang! And that automatic, it seems like you're waiting all the time for it to get to the power band. You understand? It's slow to come. It's a faster car in general, but it's slow to get to the power band. being that I know where my power band is at all times, I'm always in front. You understand?
I really appreciate your sound effects were great too, by the way. Those were awesome. I understand what you're saying about the power band. Have you driven the 10-speed automatic in the Mustang GT that I have?
No.
Okay. What I will say is, I can't. You can't speak to that, my experience, because I've driven. I don't know what automatics you have driven, but these new 10-speed automatics, which are also found in the Chevy Camaro Z01, and are probably going to be in the new Chevy GT500. That delay is almost pretty much gone. Once you get, I would encourage you, and I hope you would, to even test drive a stock 10-speed automatic and drop the gear. That they are aware, and the engineers that I've had a chance to, by the grace of God, talk to, had an understanding of that conversation. That I want to feel the power on demand, and the way everything is set up and geared in automatics, today's automatics. I'm not talking about the 4 and 5 speeds back in the day in like the 90s and early 2000s. Today's modern automatics, 6-speed automatics, 10-speed automatics, you don't get that delay. All you get is that seat in the pants. Like you said, that sound effect. You get that seat in the pants, the butt down, you feel it, and it's a glorious time, because what ends up happening is it becomes like you're in a roller coaster. I don't know if you guys like roller coasters, but I like roller coasters, and you just enjoy the ride, and you get to enjoy the scenery. You get to check the speedometer, and you're saying, wow, this is a great experience. I'm sitting here in my own roller coaster, my own Six Flags, my own theme park, and that's what happens with an automatic. Whereas for me, when I was in the stick shift, it was my daily driver, and it got to be more of an annoyance than fun on a daily basis. But people said if it's just a weekend thing, yeah. But that's where I stand on that.
But that was an EcoBoost automatic you had, right?
Stick shift.
It was the stick shift EcoBoost. See, I had the automatic EcoBoost, and it always was a delay. So I ran up on the side of a Challenger, and that Challenger just left me, and that automatically made me go, I'm getting out of this Mustang, I'm getting into the Challenger, and I'm getting a stick. Because the stick shift makes you feel like a man. You feel like I'm a man. I'm driving a manly car. It's a muscle car. I got complete control of it. I'm always in a power band. That was what turns me on about it. So I haven't drove the modern day automatic, like you said, the 18 and the 19s, the Mustangs with the 10-speed. I got to get to it and see what it's like. But right now, I am totally in love with the stick, and I'm quite sure I'm not going nowhere else for right now.
Hey, well, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it. Feel it, have me life.
Thank you. Prettiest Challenger on YouTube.
Yes. Right now, we're going to take a break. I appreciate you guys coming out and giving your opinions, but so far my mind is not changed, and I will still go with automatic transmission. Thank you so much, and God bless. It never ends.